Okay guys, this will be my first ever video. Can you guys see this? I'm eating fruit, and some sushi, and I got some little chips, okay? I'm using my, it's like a little, it's cool, it's like a little selfie light. I don't know if you can see me. And I have some juice, and I have some snacks, because yes. So I'm going to explain who I am. So, my name is Skylar Johnson. I am 24 years old. My birthday just passed. I'm currently about 32, 33 weeks pregnant, and I am homeless. So, I don't know. Me being homeless, honestly, it's been a real journey. I'm not going to lie. It's been a journey for me. I went to school at Bowling Green State University from 2018 until about 2022, and that's when I had to come back home. But my journey as a homeless person is really hard because when I was 18, I first moved out, like, and went to college straight away. Like, nothing. I didn't have a license. I didn't even know how to like work with money and all that other stuff. So it was really, really hard to navigate that all with classes and work and social life and relationships, the alcohol, the drinking, you know how that goes. So I never really had the chance to actually learn how to like really live on my own because, like I said, I left at 18 years old. So it's a long story. I'm gonna leave all the drama out, okay, behind it, for now. But let's just say a lot of things happened in Bowling Green, and it wasn't healthy for me, so I decided just to come back home to Columbus. That's when I started living with my mom because I'm like, what, 22, broke college student. Sorry. Like, what else am I supposed to do, right? And it was hard to adjust because I landed in jail before I moved back home, and that's a whole other story that maybe we'll get into later on. But so I suffered with bipolar I disorder and generalized anxiety disorder and PTSD. So I was diagnosed with these things throughout my life, and back in 2020 I was diagnosed with bipolar I disorder. So when I moved back home in with my mom, I was on this really bad medication called lithium, and it made me feel like a freaking robot. Like, I didn't speak. All my thoughts were literally in my mind. Like, I was mute. I was literally mute, which is why I also believe I have autism, because if you know, autism is on the spectrum, and if you don't know what that is, look it up and figure it out yourself. Just kidding. So when someone says autism is on the spectrum, that means you can have autism. There's different levels because you're your own unique self, and it doesn't matter. People think people with disorders, they have to look disabled or look weird and all that other stuff. So like, if I ever say like I'm disabled, like I take a whole lot of medications for the stuff that I'm dealing with, they'll be like, oh really? Like, no. Like, so yes, I was mute during the time when I came back, and I was working at my brewery job, Forbidden Root. It's a really good place and I really love it, so check it out. It's at East End on Worth Avenue. If you haven't tried it, it's really good food. But I started working there, and I mean, when you're really quiet and you're really in your thoughts, you hear everything that people are saying about you. Like, everything. You hear everything that people assume about you. It's hard to explain, but like with lithium, it's like they wanted me to be silent because they it's like you're being sedated, and they don't want you to say things that you really think about, you know. I was upset, I was hurt, I was heartbroken. I got out of a relationship. I was in a very toxic relationship that ended in like, it was just crazy, okay? Just a lot of drama, a lot of toxicity. So, I didn't get a chance to actually deal with those issues, and they were just all in my mind. So I was mute for a bit, and then my psychiatrist at the time, she wouldn't let me. She didn't want me to take any medication, or she didn't want to change any of my medication. She was like, well, I was telling, like, I feel like dead inside. Like, I'm not happy. I'm not laughing. I don't feel any emotions. And then on top of that, I had my family telling me this. Like, if you're telling me, like, you see how my glasses are crooked? Probably not. But if you're telling me something like, oh, your glasses are crooked, I know they are. So when people were saying, like, oh, Scott, you're very quiet, like, right now, like, I know I am. Do you want me to talk about how I was left and, like, beat on and all this other stuff? Is that what you want to hear? Because that's how I felt inside, but I didn't want to react that way because then people are going to think I'm crazy. So, sorry. So that was a time period. I was staying with my mom in a very tiny room. It felt like I was back in the jail cell from Wood County. I was literally in a little box for 23 hours out of the day. They didn't let you out. They only let you out for 1 hour. And then sometimes they'll put you in seclusion. And that's insane. Like, don't go to seclusion. Just don't. If you've been in hospitals, don't go to seclusion. I mean, you might need it, to be honest, because it's really, like, freeing and it changes you. But seclusion is not a good place. It's not a fun place to be in. I mean, you feel like you're in a Saw movie, for real. So, back to, I was staying there with my mom. I was still really upset. I was still hurt. I had to make money, so I'm going to work, doing what I need to do. And it was a really small room, and it was just very claustrophobic. I'm very claustrophobic. I like to have space, and I wasn't happy, okay? So then came the time to move, live with or go to the dorm. So I applied for Ohio Dominican University. I got in. I changed my medication. I started to feel a lot better. Started to feel more like myself. And I completed the semester with a 3.4 GPA, and I was really happy. I was able to work and everything and still maintain a job, and and I was able to, manage my grades. And I was living in the dorms at that time. When it came time for the fall semester, I was not able to keep up with the expenses of living in a dorm, so I ended up staying with my sister Tammy. I love her. That's my girl. But over the summer, I lived with my sister Tammy, and I worked 2 jobs. I worked at Kroger, and I was still maintaining my job at Forbidden Root. And I was taking the bus there. I was taking the bus, like 2 buses. Like, I was just all over the place last summer, and it was very exhausting. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, right? So then, when the fall semester came around, I started to when the fall semester came around, I had to stay off campus because it was too expensive. So I was taking the bus to and from classes. That was like a 4-hour day, 4 hours out of my day, taken away just to, like, get to class. Okay, I mean, it was really exhausting. I ended up getting pregnant. I'm not gonna talk about the baby father right now. But I ended up getting pregnant. I found out I was pregnant in October. I was still going to class, still taking 2 buses to class, to and from school, psychiatry appointments, school counseling appointments. I mean, appointments, like prenatal appointments. I was trying to balance all of that. And also the social life, too. Yes, I had a social life. I mean, what do you expect? So, I mean, it was hard to balance everything. So, I'm not going to get into too much details, but me and my sister, there's something that went on, and I ended up going to the hospital. The leash was up and everything, and whatever. Ended up, not being able to move, I guess. So I ended up going to the hospital. And the thing about bipolar I disorder, if you go to the hospital for anything, they're going to evaluate your mental health. So I thought I was just going to go to the hospital. No, I had to go to another psych ward because I wasn't sleeping. I mean, I was up for like 2 weeks. I was not sleeping. Like, I literally didn't sleep for a whole month for real. Like, I was really a month without any sleep. And my aunt reached out to me when I was released from the hospital, and um, she welcomed me in her apartment. You know, everything was fine in the beginning because, like, it always is. You know, they're like, oh, we're family and yada yada yada, whatever. But you know, everything was good in the beginning. She has 4 kids and a man. I mean, things were nice. You know, she was very helpful and stuff. But then things started getting toxic, and I'm not gonna go too much into details with that. But you know, things were getting toxic, and I was just like, okay, like, I know, like, my time here is running its course. Like, I already know myself. I know I can't live with anybody. Like, I can't live with my mom. I can't live with my sister. I can't live with my brother. I can't live with friends. I need my own fucking space. Like, for real, for real. Like, I'm 24 years old. Like, I'm not a baby anymore. So I think they're still struggling with that. They think like I'm a kid. I'm not a kid. I've been doing this shit for like so long now. So things were getting toxic. I'm in the shower, okay? Um, I'm taking a bath, washing my hair, just trying to be like, because I already knew something was about to go down. And then you could just feel it. She knocks on the bathroom door. I'm in the shower because her daughter says, I have to pee. I said, you can wait. You can wait for me to get dressed. Wait until I get dressed. I'm 3 weeks pregnant. I cannot move extra fast for you. Wait. She goes upstairs, tells her mom what happens. Her mom comes downstairs, knocks on the door. My daughter has to pee. And this is me. I'm listening to gospel music and everything in my shower. Like, you know, I'm like, I already know Satan's trying to do something to me. But she's like, my daughter has to pee. I'm like, I don't care. She kept knocking on the door. Yum, 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 yum. So yeah, when that happened, I had enough. I wasn't even dressed, okay? I said, Skyla has checked out. Skyla's not here anymore, so she's gone. You're speaking to somebody else right now at this point. I open the door. I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like, seriously, like, let me get dressed. Let me get dressed. Your daughter can wait 5 minutes until she has to pee. She should, if that were the case, if she was so freaking, she had to pee so bad, then she shouldn't have waited until she couldn't hold it anymore. I said, I'm getting dressed. Whatever. She yelling at me. I'm yelling at her. And then this lady hits me in the face, scratches me on my arm. I got scratches on my arm. I was like, did she just hit me? Did she really just hit me? When you touch me, I don't even like being touched. But when you put your hands on me, not only that, but when you put your hands on me when I'm pregnant, that's a whole other story, okay? That's a whole other level of disrespect and abuse, okay? I'm literally like, I know my strength and I know how mad and angry I can get, okay? I grabbed her arms. I was restraining her. Literally, I'm naked because I didn't get a chance to get dressed because she was trying to hurt me out. And she was like, oh, yeah, I don't care about your daughter. I was like, because if you don't care about me and mine, I don't care about yours. She was like, oh, yeah, I don't care about your daughter because blah, 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 blah. And then so, like, yeah, after she hit me, I was like, girl. And then her man came and he was like in between us. We were literally like holding each other, like, I was like, man, if I were still doing alcohol and if I was still smoking marijuana and doing all these other drugs, not on my medication, I'm being so honest with you guys right now, she probably would have been like, I'm not even joking, like, I have a really bad anger problem. So I'm being honest, like, if I wasn't doing the things I needed to do, I probably would have just lost it for real. And this is not a threat to her. This isn't a threat to anybody. This is something real. Like, a lot of people, they go to people, you know, like saying, hey, I have a problem. Like, I don't know what it is. And then the people just don't help. They don't listen. They don't take in what they're saying, and then the people end up doing crazy stuff. And then people are like, oh well, it doesn't justify what they did, yada yada. Guys, mental health is so important because this is real. Like, this is real stuff. Like, I could have ended up in, like, they arrested me because of they said like aggravated menacing. They're gonna try to arrest you for anything. They're gonna just try because it's a money thing, whatever. Okay, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, um we be really like telling people like how we're feeling, and then they were like, oh, don't say that. Okay, then, so what am I supposed to do about this? The issue is not resolved. It's not resolved because I have underlying issues that I have to write in my journal and stuff, and I look back at it, I'm like, what the heck? I remember when I was in jail at Wood County, okay? I was okay, you don't even want to see it. Like, I don't even want to see that in me again, okay? Because what I was thinking and like what I was feeling for real, like I was ready to hurt everybody for real, for real. So, because then if I were to end up on the news or something, they'd be like, "What, Skyla? She's so sweet. She's so nice. She smiles. She's so friendly." I'm not, okay? I am, but I'm not for real. Like the things that I be saying when I'm in the psych unit, a lot of y'all will probably be like, dang, like she really feels that way for real. Like, yes, because you guys push people to that point. So, I'm not really sure what this video is or how I'm gonna do it or whatever. This is my very first YouTube video, and I'm just gonna start speaking out for myself and, you know, just speaking the truth, and just, I guess you guys can just watch my journey right now. Like I said, I'm an ODU student. I study psychology. I have 2 semesters left before I receive my bachelor's. I'm a full-time single mom. I mean, she's not here yet, you know what I'm saying? Um, but that's my little journey for, you know, for you guys. So I'm obsessed with this light. This light is so cool. But thank you for watching. And I mean, if we're not gonna speak up for ourselves and what goes down, we're not gonna see any change, for really not. So mental health is real. I mean, it's really real. Like, people say, I don't have this, I don't have a mental. Yes, you do. Because if you say you don't have a mental disorder or you don't have anything mentally going on with yourself, you're lying, because that means you're saying you don't have a brain or something. Like, that's literally what you're saying. So, thank you guys for watching this. Me and my sushi, I love sushi. I love sushi, but this is like, this has no like meat or anything in it, sadly. But it's still good. I just kind of wish I had my like the spicy tuna and all that other stuff, the crab. But thank you and have a good day.